ant, you little damn ant, buddy.
You're such a nice guy, Jay Leno.
I'm bored! I'm so bored!
Why don't we go to my website?
Gentlemen, the cola is very, very good today.
Hello.
I'm seeing double 32 Judd Hirsch's.
I'll be the first to admit, Twin Month kind of a bust.
Terrible month.
Not our greatest, not our most not the best we've done.
I am glad that Jason has kind of given up on watching the movies. Ugh.
Not our finest.
I thought that Brotherly Love was going to be the low point, but it is the best one.
You're probably not wrong. Thinking about it, yeah, that's I could get on board with that assessment.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about what's the name of this fucking movie? Lies of the Twins.
Lies of the Twins.
Which it's fine. It's fine.
Wait, I didn't even really think about how dumb that title is until just now when you it's like
it's fucking, what are you talking about? Lies, like,
I mean it's the twins, that they're lies. They're liars.
Twins that lie.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, only one of them. Well, I guess the other one lied about there being a twin, but it's really just the one who is like the lie person.
He lies by omission. Also, I like you coining the word lie person, because we don't have a word in English.
It's like a lay person, but a lie person.
If only we had an English word for someone who lies, like some sort of liar.
I don't think that word exists. I'm just gonna say I don't think that word exists. I had to make one up.
You heard it here first. Eliza is a liar truther.
I am. Oh man. To give us the fucking rundown.
We're just getting right in. This is gonna be a short episode, folks. It's okay. Lies of the Twins, 1991. Directed by Tim Hunter. Written by Mel Frohman and Walter Klenhard, based on the novel Lives of the Twins.
Ooh.
By Rosamund Smith, which is a pen name. This is based on do you want to take a guess at who the real author of the book Lives of the Twins is?
John Grisham.
That's right. It's Joyce Carol Oates. The movie stars Aidan Quinn, Isabella Rossellini, Iman, Claudia Christian, John Plachette, and Hurt Hatfield. Really only 3 of those, though, are anyone. I couldn't tell you.
Well, 4 of those.
Okay.
Aidan Quinn, Isabella Rossellini, Iman, and Aidan Quinn.
Yes. And then there's also the older guy. I'm trying to think of other characters in this movie at all. There's the older guy who runs the modeling thing.
Hurt Hatfield.
Yeah. There's also the woman who is her handler for the modeling agency, kind of. And there's there's the whole subplot, or not subplot, but the plot with the ex who we go visit her for a scene, and her mother. And I guess they might be some of those people there, but I really don't know.
It's really just Isabella Rossellini, the 2 Aidan Quinns, and then her Iman best friend.
Yes, who doesn't really,
do
factor
anything
into the plot. She's just there to be talked at in a number of scenes, to be given exposition.
She's there to be Iman.
Yes. The movie was broadcast August 21st, 1991 on the USA Network, our 4th USA Network movie. Do you remember the other 3?
Legacy of Lies, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to pull up the list of movies real quick.
Legacy of Lies was the first one we did. So if the other 2 are both after that.
Let's see. So let me find Legacy of Lies. USA Network movies. I think Anonymous Rex was sci-fi.
Yes, it was.
USA. Oh, Love, Lies, and Murder?
No, that one
Was that
was
Showtime?
Love, Lies, and Murder is NBC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a network. That was a
Oh.
network movie.
Oh, fuck. God, I have no fucking clue.
It's
Um,
I'm Dangerous Tonight and Rudy the Rudy Giuliani Story were our other two USA
huh?
Network movies.
I would not
Brought
have gotten those.
yeah. Airing opposite it on ABC, there was an episode of Doogie Howser MD, an episode of Davis Rules, and an episode of Anything But Love. Davis Rules being a show about Randy Quaid, a widowed school principal raising his three sons with the help of his wacky father, Jonathan Winters. And Anything But Love, also a sitcom with Jamie Lee Curtis and Richard Lewis as co-workers
Ooh,
that are trying not to fuck or
okay.
something like that.
That's
They
a
like work at the same magazine and they have sexual tension, but like they're trying to keep it professional. Seems like an interesting. It ran for like 5 seasons, I think. One of the two of those ran for 5 seasons. I think it was Anything But Love. I don't remember which though. But one of them ran for 5. One of them was canceled after 2.
okay.
And I'm not going to look it up because it doesn't matter.
Does not matter at all.
On CBS, you had an episode of Jake and the Fat Man and the first half of an episode of 48 Hours. And on NBC, there was a news special, Soviet Coup Collapse, and then the first episode of a rerun of Quantum Leap.
Wow.
And
The first
that's what
episode of a rerun of Quantum Leap?
first half of an episode. Sorry, it was a hour-long thing, and this ran for the
Okay.
first half hour of it. Uh,
This is this is like the first episode of a rerun. Is that the first episode of Quantum Leap? No, no. Um Another cameo by Jake and the Fat Man.
yeah,
I think if we went back and looked, I think Jake and the Fat Man gotta be in like the top five, top three even shows that have been mentioned.
of concurrently aired.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably. I would believe it. Excuse me. Um, God,
So
I just have so few. I mean, I have more notes than you probably, just because
uh,
you don't
I
take a ton of notes
I
historically in a
have
movie like this.
I have 6 notes.
Okay, I have more than that, but a lot of them are just like, hey, this thing happened. Like they're at an art gallery. And is that worth noting? No, but I did
Yeah,
just to like keep
you
my
take
place.
plot notes. I just take not even interesting notes, just thoughts I had while watching.
I try to do both, but sometimes it is necessary to take plot notes just for the sake of orienting yourself, especially for a movie like this, where like you sure need it.
Hmm. Um, so where the fuck do we begin? Actually, I know where to begin. Isabella Rossellini, you are bad in this movie. I
Unfortunately, yeah.
like she is a good actress in a lot of things, but not here. She crumbles under the weight of this terrible script.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't really? Like it's not like Aidan
I
Quinn is delivering the performance of the century here.
I think he comes out of it better than she does.
Yeah, because he has a more interesting characters to play, like specifically as James, the evil one. I think he's doing a pretty good job, given the circumstances. As Jonathan, the good twin, I don't care. I don't care about his whole deal. I don't care about their relationship, but I'm at least intrigued by what he's doing as, you know, more than your stereotypical evil twin kind of thing. I think there's some interesting stuff going on, especially up top with them before he just sort of fades into being your more stereotypical evil twin. But like, I can at least understand his character. I don't know what's going on with Isabella. Like, it's an impossible character to be asked to make real.
Hmm. Like she's just a model who loves a guy who has a twin, and but then she find loves the other twin, but then the other twin is evil, and she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And
Sounds
also
just
she
like her. That sounds just like her. That's a pitch perfect Isabella
and
Rossellini
and
impression.
it's
I
it's
don't know what to do. It's me, Isabella Rossellini.
and the thing is,
Honestly,
she
I'm
also
gonna
has
be doing
this,
that the rest of the episode.
and the thing about her is there's this one scene where she's like she has some kind of like insecurity about people like thinking she's just a model, and she quotes some bitch's book back at her like, "Oh, I read your book and blah blah blah
You
blah
know,
blah blah
you
blah.
got to do the voice. We've
I
committed to it.
read your book." Blah, 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 blah. And it's like I thought that was going to be more of a thing, but no, it's just like that's just the one thing to try and give her some depth, maybe, possibly, but no. She's just a woman who is being tortured by twins.
Yeah, so for the setup, she's a supermodel who they have some line where she describes that she moved to Italy to like become a model and then moved back to the States. And I guess she just picked up the accent from her 5 years in Florence or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but she's a model and she has a therapist. We never really, it goes to show how much this movie cares about her. We don't at any point find out why she's been going to therapy. Like, there is no, the movie is uninterested in exploring that side of her at all. For the fact that she even is in therapy in the first place.
Hmm.
For like, we're this is 1991. We're not at a point really where fictional characters are in therapy just because. Like, 9 times out of 10, if a character is in therapy in something, that's the whole point of the plot, or like it's telling you something about the character. And this one is like, well, she's in therapy because we need a reason to set her up with this therapist. It is so wholly uninterested in anything about her to want to explore any like actual trauma she may have.
Hmm.
But she has this hot therapist, Aidan Quinn. She falls in love with him, and over the course of 4 sessions, he says, he decides to recuse himself from being his therapist because he's so attracted to her that he couldn't ethically continue being her therapist. So instead, he asks her out on a date, which is the ethical thing to do when you want to
Exactly.
fuck one of your patients, is to fuck your patient and just stop being the therapist after. At the very least, he says that over those 4 sessions, they haven't done any actual therapy work. They've just been flirting with one another. So it's not like he's been an especially good or helpful therapist for her, but it's still, maybe he's not the greatest guy. We might be led to
Hmm.
believe. So they
Yeah.
start dating. They move in together. There's a lot of and this is being told to us by way of Isabella Rossellini telling her friend Iman while they're just hanging out at a pool, just telling the story of how she met this guy.
Hmm. It's Yeah, we don't. It's one of those tell, don't show movies that just kind of tells you things that have happened, explains things instead of like actually showing the relationships, really.
Oh yeah, there's very little that is shown in this movie of actual substance.
And
Um, Although
and
we'll talk about one scene.
okay, um, and I do want to say so, like Aidan Quinn. Let's go. Let's talk about his performance. Uh, I I think he was maybe my favorite part of this movie because he is like he has a lot of fun playing the evil twin, and I think he even does like a good job playing the nice twin. I mean, when he's on screen, he's very little in this movie. Um, but I actually didn't have anything else to continue with that. I just wanted to say that
No, yeah, I think he does a good job with James the evil twin because the movie is actually like
it's
that is
interested in
one
him.
thing. That's one thing I'll give this movie over the other ones, or the other two thrillers we did this month, and kind of a lot of evil twin thrillers in general, is that it is more interested in his character to a degree that like he has more of a motivation beyond just being the evil twin. Like his whole sort of fixation on his perception that Jonathan is fixated on him, that like he has this whole thing where he's like, whenever we were younger, if he got sick, I stayed healthy. If I got sick, he got sick the exact same way within 24 hours. And he has this sort of like, you know, fascination with he's always calling Jonathan the younger brother, even though it's only a matter of like 11 minutes. And he has the sort of pathological obsession with taking from his brother and from like one-upping him in some number of ways. And that like any of his interest in Isabella Rossellini's character is kind of just like to prove that he can, which is what the whole backstory with the ex was, is that depending on whose story you believe, Jonathan's case or Jonathan's take on it, because what happened is she was dating Jonathan, and either James tricked her into thinking that he was Jonathan and got her drunk and raped her, or she was going after James the whole time and only dated Jonathan so that James would be interested in her in the first place. And it's a real fault of the movie that it doesn't really seem to pick a side on that.
Yeah.
But either way, Jonathan, chewed her out over this, and she attempted suicide and has been just bedridden ever since then, and has some sort of hand waved away affliction as a result. And the movie is only interested in her in as much as she can be a plot device for Isabella Rossellini to continue to be conflicted about having an affair with James,
Yeah.
the evil one.
Yeah, the whole movie is just various levels of Isabella Rossellini being conflicted. Because first she's conflicted because, she's cheating on her boyfriend with his twin brother. But then she's conflicted because
She's
this guy
cheating on
might
her
be
boyfriend with his evil twin brother.
exactly. He might be evil. And then she's conflicted because it's like, oh fuck, I've been throwing away this good relationship for this evil man, and I don't know how to get out.
Yeah. And then one of them dies. Which one? It's a mystery.
I
Ha ha
I
ha.
think I'm pretty positive it's James who dies.
Oh, no. Well, but he does a little smirk at the grave at the end. You don't know. You don't know. Could be James. Um, that's
Yeah.
as much interest as the movie has in leaving it up to to
Mhm.
ambiguity. Is but the Aidan Quinn that survived does a little smile. Maybe he's the evil one.
We'll
But
find out in the lives of the twins.
that
Twins.
I know I'm gonna let you sit with that one. I'm gonna let that one really just
Chat a comment on this episode if you thought that joke was funny.
chat. What did you think? Chat, do you like us? Do you like this podcast? Chat.
I don't think they do. Nobody likes this podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, um we're not done yet, are we? We can't
No,
be.
nowhere,
No.
nowhere close.
No. Just
I
like
mean, I want to be done, but we
we talked
can't.
about the beginning, we talked about the ending. Um yeah, so yeah, to go back to what I was saying, I do think it's the one interesting thought that this movie has, and it does explore it fairly well, is the idea that like this is not your average, like what does the tagline on the poster say? It's like they have two things in common. One, all of their DNA. Two, they want to fuck Isabella Ross. It's something like that.
No,
Um,
that's exactly what it says.
yes, that's the tagline. No, okay. Well, this is a different. This okay. The letterbox tagline is even wilder. One was thoughtful, the other treacherous. She was about to make the wrong choice for the last time. That doesn't. That no, I don't think that like applies. I
Okay.
don't think that's in all. Okay, where's the fucking
I
poster
have
that
the
I was
one
thinking?
you had. Two
Yes,
brothers with two things in common. One was their hatred for each other, the other was Rachel.
there. Okay, so like you read that tagline, and I went into this expecting it was going to be more of like brotherly love, where you have your evil twin who is like stalking Isabella Rossellini, and she is like, you know, trying to evade the evil one. But I do think it's a more interesting take that she does actually, start this affair with him. That it like his, at one point he shows up at her house claiming to be Jonathan, and is like, "Oh, I called off work early because I'm so horny. I need to come fuck you." And they get into bed and they start making out. And he pulls away and goes, "If this went any further, I'd be really a bad guy. Has Jonathan ever left work to come home to make love to you?" And I think it's one of the few interesting things about this movie that line actually does work on her, and it does
Yeah.
make her reevaluate her assessment of Jonathan, and that she does start having this affair with James. I think that if that was the only evil thing he had done, that would be a lot more interesting. If it wasn't that he's also like this psychopath secretly that has done more actively deplorable things in the past, if it was just about him literally coveting his brother's wife and going into this affair, and if that was it, I think it would be a much more interesting movie. But it does at a certain point have to become, what if he was capitally evil? And at that point, it loses any sort of interest.
Yeah. The movie just feels the need to keep one-upping itself and just like going further and further into its extremes, and it's just like it just becomes so boring and dull. And like I don't care about how evil this guy is. I just want the movie to be over.
It becomes really formulaic. And what I had liked about this movie up to that point is the fact that it wasn't, is the points where you're exploring this in it's an erotic thriller, certainly more erotic than other erotic thrillers we've covered in the past. It leans into that a lot more than, say, the fucking Kim Cattrall one. What was that called? Double Vision?
Double Vision.
Or even Red Shoe Diaries, which is a pretty unsexy movie. Like this, it's a pretty sexy movie.
This is a very sexy movie. That is one of its biggest strengths, is the fact it actually is a sexy erotic thriller.
This is surely the first movie we've covered on the podcast where anal sex happens, right?
I hope so.
I don't. Well, I'm sure there are jokes in Queer Doc, actually.
True,
but like,
I was gonna just find one of our movies. It's just like, well, actually, Riot, I think.
oh yeah, could be. No,
who knows what was going on during Prototype?
Yeah, scanning for joke answer. Sharknado 3. Fuck, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good joke answer.
Reefer Madness, more like anal madness.
No,
You're gonna let me sit with that one?
No, I don't think that was it either.
Um,
Ants, whatever. No, okay. I said that. I moved past it,
Okay.
and then I saw the right answer is the late shift. That's
I
the
was
good
just
joke
about
answer.
to say the late
It's
shift.
the late shift. We fucked that one up. It's the late shift. That's the good answer.
Anal Leno and Anal Letterman.
Yep, that's there. But yeah, I mean, it is. There's a scene where she and James are in bed, and he flips her over and gets on top of her, and they start fucking. And then we cut to the next scene, and they're walking down the street, and she goes, "I never did that before." Sorry, I never did that before.
I never did that before.
And there you go. I have no further comment on it, but it's showing that the movie is not afraid of its sexuality in a way that, like, Double Vision is a very chaste erotic thriller, and Red Shoe Diaries is a very outlandishly bizarre attempt at an erotic thriller by someone that has never heard of sex. This one at the like
I yearn for Red Shirt Diaries again. Like that was a fun movie.
Sorry, what'd you call it?
I yearn for Red Shoe Diaries again.
You said Red Shirt. I yearn for Red Shirt Diaries.
You just hate the fact that I have a speech impediment. It's like it's not funny to make fun of it.
I'm sorry.
Another tagline I found, and I also sent you the very funny poster. He was twice the man she fell in love with. Which is a weird tagline for this movie.
Yeah, that doesn't. Oh yeah, that poster is wild. For a second, I thought that both her hands, and that's
No,
aunt
but
blood.
because it's like it either looks like she's pointing two guns at both of them, or they're both pointing a gun at itself. It doesn't read as them pointing guns at each other.
Yeah, that's weird. Here's something that this movie proposes that I thought for sure was made up, and I looked it up and it's real, is the idea that the two Aidan Quinns are mirror image twins, which I didn't know was a real thing, where they are identical twins, but everything is mirrored, where like one of them is left-handed, the other one's right-handed, like facial features and body features are flipped from one another. So this movie actually taught me something, which I was not expecting.
Hmm. Well, congrats, you learned.
I did. I learned. Oh boy, what
You
else?
will learn.
What else?
Um,
Fuck it. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
I really wish I had found the time to actually do the Parent Trap marathon that I said I was going to.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that you were gonna do for this one.
I still just did not have much time. I forgot.
Maybe next week.
And no,
Um,
I'm giving up. It's not going to be Twin Month anymore. It won't be relevant. We
that's
haven't.
true.
We don't even know what we're doing next week.
We'll figure it out. Um,
We will soon.
do
Um,
I what other like there okay, there's a scene where one of the not one, it's James, obviously it's James, but he signs all of his letters like J McE, so you don't know whether it's James or Jonathan McEwen. Um, but he like leaves a threatening note implying that he killed her cat and dug out one of its organs and put it in a Chinese takeout box. And then the cat is still there the next scene and is walking around alive. So what animal did he kill? Or did he just like get it from the deli? But even then, like what I don't even remember there being a cat to that point in the movie. So
yeah.
when he signs the note, like, oh, you broke poor Danton's heart, I was like, well, Danton's some sort of animal whose heart is in this box. But I don't remember there being a cat, and I wouldn't have put it together if she didn't see the cat in the next scene and say, Danton. Uh
Yeah.
and was that
Danton.
is that cat elsewhere in the I don't
I
this is
did
a
not remember a cat before or after that moment.
I think that's the only time the cat is there to make like to make up for the scene that happened right beforehand. In which case, why not just get rid of this? Like, what is that? Why? Why is he? Why is he putting animal hearts in takeout boxes for no reason? Like, what?
For lunch.
I don't think she wants to eat that.
Oh, it was a really nice lunch. It's a delicacy in some places.
I guess.
I do have
Oh,
something to talk about, and
okay.
that is the photo shoots. Like,
Oh yeah,
so I didn't write down the different photo shoots. Part of me wanted to, but I also just didn't care enough to. But it's like there was one point where you had just three people stacked on top of each other. You had a tiger in a bed. You had one where Isabella Rossellini's dressed up as a school teacher and she has like 10 kids following her around like she's the like it's fucking Madeline or something.
yeah. She's like leading them through a like a museum.
Yeah,
It's like a
like
field trip sort of thing.
yeah.
There's one where she's getting married and she like holds up the bouquet in front of the groom's face and makes a joke about it. And then at the end of it, she tosses the bouquet out and Aidan Quinn catches it. And it's, I think it's before they're actually, oh no, because they're not married. That's the whole thing is like, James makes some, has some line about them getting married and says, oh, well, Jonathan hasn't even asked you, has he? So they're not married.
Yeah, they're just
I think I said wife earlier, but
yeah,
they're just, they just live together.
they do say like boyfriend and stuff in it.
Yes, right. Uh, would you believe me if I said I didn't retain a lot of this movie, even though I just watched it?
I would believe you because
There's a
I
road racing scene. I got that in my notes
yeah,
where
there's
they,
two scenes where James drives Isabella Rossellini very quickly. One of them leads to like they're like he's like preventing one car from merging into the left lane, so he crashes into like a construction site, and the other
they're like
one
they're playing chicken basically, and the guy in the convertible. doesn't see the construction site and he like stops right before he crashes just so that the movie can feel good about not having James causing a vehicular manslaughter.
I thought he still crashed, but it wasn't like
He like crashes through the traffic cones, but he stops just short of hitting the paving truck or whatever.
Okay. And then there's another time, like, I forget why this scene happens, but it's like, I assume James gets like super mad at her. He like takes her to a tattoo shop, and it's just like, oh, we'll get you that one. It's like, no, it's just like what something with skull and flames. And then like they take her in the car. He like drives super fast, like runs through red lights through the city, and then eventually like forces her to get out in the middle of an alley, and then almost runs her over. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why that happened.
I think it's because she keeps trying to break it off at this point, and he's being more and more possessive. Like that tattoo scene ends with him, trying to get the tattoo artist to tattoo his name on her body to like, claim her basically. And she is getting more and more scared by all this, and she's trying to leave, but he is not having it.
Okay.
I guess something like that.
So yeah, it's when it goes into more like over the top evil for him.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
Wait,
I just
is that before or after the heart?
I probably before, but I couldn't realistically tell you because none of this movie follows a natural cause and effect. Um, there's a scene where you get the two Aidan Quinns together talking to
Yes.
one another, and it makes you think at first, like, oh, they've been doing like they're both fucked up and they're like doing this. It's like a scheme. They're like fucking with this woman. But no, he just showed up to tell the other Aidan Quinn that their dad died. So that was a scene with a little bit of tension that immediately gets undercut by, oh no, actually there's nothing going on here, you don't need to worry about some potential nuance or another possibility of getting some tension into the scene. No, don't worry, nothing is actually happening.
hmm Um, oh yeah. I have a question. So you're talking
Yes.
about the scene, like scenes when they're together. I want to ask you to rank, um, I want you to rank the amount of like the scenes that where the two twins are together in the four movies from like best to worst.
Okay, worst by default has to be Double Vision because they're never together.
True,
You
true.
never get two Kim Cattralls in the movie. The only time you see the two sisters together is when they're kids, and that's just played by two actual twin children.
hmm
Although they're voiced by two pitched up Kim Cattralls, so if we're going off that, still last place.
Still last place regardless.
Uh, Second to last, Parent Trap. Also, not a ton of Haley Mills together,
Mhm.
outside of the one shot that you pointed out where the one Haley Mills is very notably off to the left of the screen
Well,
when everyone else is.
there's the two scenes they have like when they're in the bedroom talking to each other.
Yeah, but those did not register to me in any kind of way to like note them. Um, Second place, this, even though there's only two scenes and one of them is that nothing scene of them in the courtyard. The other one we'll talk about. I think this is where this line of questioning is intended to lead, and we'll talk about it. And best is the two Judd Hirsches because of course it's the two Judd Hirsches. It has to be.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, we got a good amount of two Judd Hirsches, and it was good scenes with the two Judd Hirsches. And yeah,
We didn't know how good we had it.
I do completely agree with your ranking. It's Double Vision barely had anything. Parent Trap was all boring. This one had some interest, uh, the climax was interesting with it, and then brotherly love those brothers.
Love those brotherly loving brothers. So the scene we're talking about here at the very end, um, it was like seeing a unicorn out in the wild, seeing a scene of this played completely straight. Were you hooting and hollering when this happened? Because it
What scene?
the scene at the end where Isabella Rossellini walks in on the two Aidan
Yes.
Quinns in a room,
Yes.
and they both start doing "No, I'm Jonathan, he's James," and she
Yes.
pulls out a gun and points it at the
Yes.
two of them. I
Yes.
didn't. I mean, I'm sure I must have known somewhere inside that like that trope had to have come from somewhere. I've only ever seen it done jokingly in reference to scenes like this, where she has to, snap judgment, decide which one is the real Jonathan and which one is James.
Yeah.
Thankfully for her, she doesn't actually have to decide because one of them slams her into the wall, and then off screen, the two Aidan Quinns tussle, and one of them shoots the other,
Not totally
supposedly
off
on accident.
screen. Like we do see
It's
them
like
tussle.
we see them tussle, but we don't see their shooting.
Yeah, we don't see who shoots who. Well, we know who shoots who, but we don't see the
We
shot.
think we think we do.
I mean, I mean,
He's,
like we
but he
know
smiles
there's
though.
the one that lived and the one that died. Like
Okay,
I meant
yes,
like which like we don't know the exact when technically, but we know that one of them was shot by the other.
yes, and he says it was the gun went like he tried to shoot me and I tried to grab it and the gun went off. Oh no! But maybe he's evil. We don't know. He smiled.
We oh yes, oh yes, they both reach for the gun, the gun.
Yeah, like from
Oh,
Chicago.
it's Chicago, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Chicago's a good movie. We should watch
Yeah,
that instead.
yeah. Let's do an episode about Chicago.
Just for fun. That like next month, it's all gonna just be random movie
It's
musicals that
all
aren't
gonna
even TV
be
movies.
it's all gonna be Chicago.
It's
4 straight weeks of Chicago.
4 or 5. Oh,
I
4.
think
Yeah,
it's 4.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's 4.
yeah. But yeah, I was so taken aback to see a literal scene of them both going, "No, babe, I'm Jonathan. Don't shoot me. Don't call me James. I'm Jonathan. He's lying to you." It was so. I guess that's what those are the titular lies of the twins in that scene. We're seeing it happen in real time. We're seeing a twin lie.
The twin, it lied. No, wait, I
Yeah,
do my Isabel wrestling impression. The
the
twin,
twin. He
it
lied.
lied.
We are just doing Sylvester Stallone. Like,
Not that's not what was in my mind.
okay, is it for me? I've just been doing Stallone the whole time. I don't know what
Maybe
you
it's
are
turning
using as your
into a Stallone
facsimile.
impression, but it is just like a generic, like dopey voice.
Ah, I see. For me, it's been I've been specifically like not moving my lower lip, doing the Stallone thing. The twin, he lied. Oh, do I have any fucking else thing to? Nope, that's just how that sentence is gonna go. I'm just gonna let that fucking. I do have a note. I did look into the director of this, Tim Hunter, who has done some movies. The only one you've ever even maybe heard of is River's Edge, the like Keanu Reeves, Crispin Glover, uh, like teen movie from the '80s where one of the teens like kills his girlfriend and there's stuff going on there. A big sort of like indie hit. I think it maybe won the Indie Spirit Award for Best Feature. Um, but he's done other movies. He's the son of Ian McClellan Hunter, the
Oh, the
uh,
Roman Holiday guy.
yeah, the front man for Dalton Trumbo for the Roman Holiday script. He's directed a lot of TV though, and a lot of like shows you've heard of. He did 3 episodes of Twin Peaks,
Ooh.
including the episode from season 2 where Leland gets caught and killed. That
Oh, like the big episode where we find out who killed Laura Palmer.
well, we had found like where they find out a few no, because you find out when he kills Maddie. This is like
No,
2 episodes later. I guess where it's officially confirmed. Where
Yeah.
where the character
Well,
okay. I see
well,
what
no,
you're saying.
Bob kills Maddie. Like that's what's shown is Bob killing Maddie.
Yes, but I'm not talking about that episode. I'm talking about the episode where they all go to the roadhouse and Leland gets found out.
Yeah,
And they
like,
bring him in
that's what
for
I'm saying.
question.
That's what I was
Okay.
saying. When you have like the big C where it's like Dale Cooper is in the middle of like the circle of chairs or whatever, and it's
Yes, and the giant shows up and all that. Great scene, great episode. Like one of the best episodes. of season two, but also just in general of the show.
Yeah,
Like,
like it's the big episode of the show.
yeah, yeah, great episode. And then two others, one in season one, and one the like Miss Twin Peaks episode, I think, near the very end of season two, which
Yeah.
holds up relative to the back half of that season, from my
Yeah.
memory. He did 4 episodes of Homicide: Life on the Street, 2 of Carnival, 3 of Cold Case, 2 of Law and Order, 6 episodes of Mad Men, 2 of Dexter, 3 of Nip Tuck, 4 of Hannibal,
Wow.
1 each of Beverly Hills 90210, Chicago Hope, House, Deadwood, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, Glee, American Horror Story, Pretty Little Liars, Gotham, and Riverdale,
Jesus
among
Christ.
many others that you either have or haven't heard of. But yeah, big TV guy. I think the Breaking Bad episode was the season one finale, which is a pretty good one.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, like they bring this guy in to do like good episodes.
yeah, yeah, very very notable TV director. Um, but weirdly, on his Wikipedia page for filmography, there's films, I think short films or something. Yeah. Oh, sorry. There's films as a director, which includes other TV movies, but this one gets siphoned off to his television work. And then a whole section with like 9 different unrealized projects, which one of them includes RoboCop 2. So I guess he was one of the many directors that was at some point maybe going to do RoboCop 2, but didn't. The others, none of them. They all have like sources, but none of them have Wikipedia pages to talk about what they would have been. Um, but yeah, not an especially well directed movie, but
No.
compared to the rest of the month, probably the best direction, even if it doesn't really amount to the best movie. Like there's
I
some interesting things.
I would say Brotherly Love is a better directed movie.
Yeah, I could I think there's some visual stuff going on here that is I don't know. Tonally, I think this one comes together a bit more, even if it doesn't result in like an interesting movie. This one at least feels more consistently like a thriller than
Yeah.
Brotherly Love. That
Like
one had some all the mafia stuff in Brotherly Love was really like this does not have a lot of excess to it.
true, true. I can see your point.
Oh, I just thought of something else I wanted to. Oh, yes, it was a point I was going to make earlier when we were talking about the sexuality of this movie. Is I thought very briefly that there was a scene with actual nudity in it, which I was surprised by, but it's just the very low quality of the whatever VHS rip we're going off, where there's a scene where Rossellini is swimming and she's shot from above, and her
Yes.
swimsuit is just the same color as her skin, and it looks like she's skinny dipping in the pool, but then she gets up and you can see the outlines of the back of her bikini top,
I mean
which
that was probably the point of that swimsuit, but
yeah,
also like it did just look like she was naked.
yeah. Unfortunately, there's like nothing else here
Yeah.
going on.
Like I'm just gonna read through my 6 notes.
Go
Uh
for it.
Aidan Quinn is so pretty. Then I have a
True.
quote. What? I can't have a cup of coffee with my boyfriend's brother? Wait, no, I had to do the impression. What? I can't have a cup of coffee with my boyfriend's brother? And
I gotta
then
wake up a copy with my
and then
brother,
I
baba.
have another quote that she said, "Those please don't kill me." And I also wrote foreshadowing. Answer: No, it was not foreshadowing. And that was
What?
during the road racing scene where it's like she
Ah,
is like goes fast and it's like, do you want to go fast? And it's like, just please don't kill me. Anyway, and then I wrote down for my notes, James is the sexy evil one. uh then I wrote down, Rachel stuns the smart people with perfect book knowledge. And then, maybe these days it takes 2 of them to make one real man, which I think is an Imam quote, so I don't need to do the impression.
yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you really anything about this movie other than what we have already said. And even then, some of that is kind of a stretch. So,
um
oh, do you have anything else on Lies of the Twins?
No, unfortunately. Although we're nearing like an hour, maybe 50 minutes. So it's like
No,
that's
we're like
good.
45 minutes. We started a bit late.
True, 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 true.
Um,
But at least we have something to kind of stretch out the episode a little bit, which is next
yes,
month.
that's true. I was going to maybe do a mentors, but I
Oh,
didn't have time.
yeah. That would have been
Uh,
fun to do, but we
yeah,
didn't.
maybe next time. Um,
But I have generated a randomization for next month. I'm going to send that over to
oh,
you.
you did it already?
Well, I did it while we were talking because it's like, let's just get this
Oh,
out in
okay.
advance. And it's
Oh, but
like,
it's so fun to get them one at a time.
but you can read them out one at a time and see what's going on.
I guess I wanted to have. Hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
it's like,
No, I'm throwing
but
a
it's
fit
like
for no reason.
But it's like with this format, so it's like, okay, for the listeners, we're doing kind of what we did last September, I believe it was, where we generate a list of 10 movies and then we pick four of them because there's only four episodes next month. And this was the first thing that came up, the first shuffle I did.
Oh, you did it the shuffle way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't, yeah, because I wanted to, because since you're picking between them, I want like the visual representation.
That's true. But now I have to go through and like find where all of these are.
I mean, you don't have to. I can just keep note of them.
But like so that I can see like what each of them is, because some of these I don't
Okay.
know anything
Here,
about.
I can also send you just the links to each one because I do have it
Yeah.
set up. Uh, but if you want, you can read out the titles real quick while I pull
Um,
links.
I'm looking through these. Okay. Yeah, do
Okay.
you want to send the
Yeah,
links and we can go
I
through?
got it. I got it. I got it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so our first one is The Hit List from 1993. Hitman's boss refers him to a client, a dangerous woman who mixes business with pleasure. That one's got Jeff Fahey, Yancey Butler, James Coburn. Okay, that's something. Directed by William Webb. Not anybody. Um, this could be maybe something. Our next one on the list is Are You in the House Alone? Um, seems to be a When a Stranger Calls sort of thing. Blythe Danner is in it. Dennis Quaid. Next one up, One More Mountain, 1994. Meredith Baxter, Chris Cooper. Oh, it's a Donner Party. Okay, that's maybe something. That could be. Oh, the letterbox reviews do not seem to be telling me that it is not, in fact, something. Jack from 2004. Anton Yelchin, gay dad Ron Silver, divorced from Stockard Channing. Um, interesting stuff. I feel like I've heard some good things about that one, or at least I'm aware of it. Um, like this one rings
I
a bell, unlike any
uh,
of the others on this list.
in Jack, there's a review here that says needed more Brent Spiner and less slurs.
Saw that. The Benedict Cumberbatch Brexit, the Uncivil War, sort of thing.
Could be a big contender for worst hair and makeup.
Looking at some of this, yeah, that's very true. A Christmas Melody 2015. Mariah Carey directed.
Mariah Carey directed, starring Lacey
Yes.
Chabert.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mariah Carey also
beautiful.
in it. Kathy Najimy.
Her
Uh
lone directorial credit. That is,
the Hallmark. She put Mariah Carey plays the villain. Okay.
oh my God,
Interesting. Uh
something. This is
next
gonna be
after
something.
that, The Count of Monte Cristo from 1975 would be our first Richard Chamberlain.
Yeah, this is a really
Also
big one to get in the shuffle.
Trevor Howard, Donald Pleasance, Tony Curtis, Kate Nelligan, Lou Jordan. I mean, it's the Count of Monte Cristo. We're aware of what that is. We know what the Count of Monte Cristo is. Um,
We have
next one,
the Glass
Glass
Menagerie,
Menagerie,
Katharine Hepburn.
1973. Ooh, oh, it's that one. Oh, the yeah. Okay, okay.
Also with
Uh,
Sam Waterston, Joanna Miles, and Michael Moriarty.
Confessions of Sorority Girls from 1994. Alyssa Milano is maybe the only cast member here I recognize, but it's
Oh,
some
same
sort of
director as Christian F.
yeah.
Body of Evidence.
And the little vampire. Okay.
And
Whoa.
the Rasputin TV movie miniseries. I forget what that one was.
And Last Exit to Brooklyn. And the Adrian Brody Houdini
Miniseries.
miniseries. Very interesting. Okay. Um how many more?
Oh, one more.
One more. Jabberwock Dragon Siege. Oh, what? This one looks real bad. This one
Is it,
looks bad, but maybe interesting.
I this when I saw this one pop up, it's like that is something Gordon might pick, and I really hope he doesn't.
I If I do, it would be for one specific reason, which we've talked about for next month. But I
Like,
also I don't know if I want to throw away one of my two picks on it. Ooh, okay. Okay. I like this set of 10. I was being obstinate about it, but I am
yeah.
interested. Who is going first? I will let you go first since I kind of strong-armed a lot of Twin Month and
And I
it blew up in my face and
I was also thinking I go first because next month is something I'm really championing, and so you get the last one of this month.
okay. So what
Um,
is your first pick?
and this is actually really interesting. So I'm gonna go down like the ones I'm really considering. Are You in the House Alone, A Christmas Melody, Count of Monte Cristo, and Glass Menagerie. And I think to get out of Twin Month and into something else, I need to pick something I think is going to be good. And so my first pick is Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay. That's a good call. Count of Monte Cristo, 1975. Okay. I think the ones, I think we can both agree One More Mountain, even though it is Donner Party, I think is the clear weak link of the list. I don't think anything there is going to be super
I
interesting
mean, I
relative to these.
I don't think the hit list is something I want to do, especially after a month with three different like crime movies.
Yeah, I am drawn to that one if just because of Jeff Fahey, but also I think for the sake of variety, that one may need to wait a little bit down the line. I hmm. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Jack
Okay.
because that seems I feel like I've heard good thing. Okay, this is Jack 2004. Yes. Okay. It seems we have not really done something like that for a while. Just a like regular old domestic, dramedy. It
Mhm.
seems like some sort of thing like contemporary, not a biopic of any sort, just like a
Just a
regular
normal
old thing.
movie. Just a
Yeah.
normal movie.
And I it'll be nice to see Anton Yelchin.
Yeah.
Um, Stockard Channing and Ron Silver are two actors that I find really interesting. Um, and I don't know.
And
We'll see if that one works.
and for my second pick, you know what I'm going to do already, I
I
think.
do. I
It's a
do.
Christmas melody.
It's a Christmas melody.
I have to see what the fuck Mariah Carey's directorial debut. Oh, and like what the fuck that is. And also returning star Lacey Chabert from Hot Frosty. Like
Yeah.
I need to see what the fuck this is.
Yeah. Similarly, you already know. Oh, wait, this says it had a theatrical release in the US. Give me a second,
Oh,
real quick.
Jabberwocky. Uh,
Yeah.
I looked at it and IMDb says TV movie.
Okay. It does. Yes.
Like
Doesn't have a Wikipedia page. So,
came out on the day before the 10th anniversary of September 11th. Uh,
sure.
like let's see.
I'm trying to figure out
Jabberwocky
like
Dragon Siege.
what is the release on Jabberwock Dragon Siege? Because sometimes Letterboxd will say something had a theatrical release and it didn't, or it like not enough for it to really count against it for us.
Oh, this might be straight to video.
Oh. Well, let's see now.
I think it's a DVD.
Okay, this says one of these reviews says it was a Sci-Fi Channel thing. The only review on IMDb says awful, but there has been worse from Sci-Fi. So let me check September 10, 2011 TV Tango, because at that point they start including Sci-Fi among their bracket of everything. So let's scroll down. Sci-Fi. Yes, okay. Sci-Fi Saturday original movie Jabberwock 2011 did air on the Sci-Fi Channel on that day.
That's your pick?
So my pick is Jabberwock Dragon Siege because returning guest Zeno did say that they would commit to something for this month regardless. And that is so extremely up their alley that, like, even if it wouldn't otherwise be my second pick here, for them, for their sake, it has to be. If I wasn't already committed to that, I might have gone, I guess, maybe Brexit, but I mean,
I would rather do Jabberwock with Zeno than Brexit.
Yeah. Hit list, you made a good argument against doing that. Are You in the House Alone? That one didn't really stand out to me. One More Mountain seems like it could be a bit of a slog from some of those reviews.
Glass
Menagerie, I think because we already have one like
prestige movie.
Yes, prestige adaptation of a great literary work. I think maybe that one could sit out for later. And Confessions of Sorority Girls, even though like it sounds like it could be interesting, none of the like plot description or reviews really hooked me. So I am totally fine with our next month being The Count of Monte Cristo, Jack, A Christmas Melody, and Jabberwock Dragon Siege. I did pick Jack and Jabberwock. They both start with JA and end with CK. So there you go. It's not anything. Whoa. So you picked two movies that have Christ in the title, and I picked two that start with Ja and end with K. That's, if it were any sort of anything, it would almost be something, but it's not. So